Okay, good morning, everyone. Uh, uh, my name is Phạm Trần Nhật Minh, and I have a final test presentation uh, about we have introduction, saving, investment, and the financial system. I have four parts. Part one is financial system in situation nation, and part two national income accounting identifies the market for loanable funds. Part four is US deep case study and word up. And now let's move to the part one. Okay. Uh, Hello, Professor and classmate. Today I will present Chapter 26 and Saving, Investment and the Financial System. I will examine how financial institutions match having with investment and how government policies the market for loanable funds. Let I begin with the core function. Into the financial system at the core. The financial system is a framework that matches on one engine saving with another engine investment. It is driven by two entities, first savior or surplus engine, who spend less than they earn supply funds to expand future income. Second, borrower or devices engine who demand capital to finance its current investment like machinery or new factories. Now, let's move to financial allocation occur via direct or indirect finances. Direct finances have happened through financial markets, such as the bond markets. A bond is a legal certificate in deep business, making the buyer and creditor. Bonds have three key attributes: term, the time units are maturity, credits, the probability of default, and tax treatment, how interest earning are taxed. And now let's move to direct finances, the stock market. The second pillar of direct finances is the stock market. A stock market represents partial ownership in corporation, selling stock to raise capital called equity finances, and stock have no maturity date to check market performances. We use stock index, which measure to average price of a specific group of stock like the S&P 500. Now, uh, analytical financial metric to evaluate stock value. Financial professional use core metric, the PE ratio. Mhm. Di- di- divest the price per share by earning per share or APS, showing how much investor pay for a dollar of profit. APS equal net income divide, divided by total share. Finally, corporate profits is split into dividend at to shareholder and retain earning kept for future investment. And now, I indirect finances operate through financial intermediaries, primarily banks and mutual funds. Paying take deposits from savers, pay them lower interest, and make loans to borrowers at higher interest. Mutual funds pool public capital to buy uh, diversify portfolio of stocks and bonds, providing eccentric di- diversification and profit man- management. And let's move on to the part two national income accounting I identifies. The first macroeconomic identity. Now let us look at nation income accounting. Gross domestic products are Y, either sum of consumption C, investment I, government purchase G, and net exports and S. To simplify, we assume a closed economy constraint where net export equals zero. This leaves us with identity. And now let's move on to uh, identity. Provide that national saving always equal investment. Nation saving denoted as is the income left after paying for consumption and government spending. Here in uh, substituting GDP into equation isolate I therefore in a closed economy, saving strictly financial investment. Now let move to we can break nation saving into private and public sector. Let T represent next task. The formula become here. And private saving is the disposable income household have left after tax consumption. Public saving is the tax revenue the government has left after its public spending. This decomposition defines fiscal position, uh, a purchase surplus occur when tax revenue excess government spending. Yeah. A budget deficit our occur when spending excess tax revenue. While individual household or government can run imbalances, the financial system ensures that macroeconomically S and Y hold true. And next to the part three, the market for loanable funds. The first to see how saver and borrower interact. We look at the market for loanable fund. We assume a single financial market cleared by one real interest rate. The supply curve come from national saving and slope upward because slower downward and higher interest rate make borrowing more expensive. Next, move to the market equilibrium as shown in Figure 1. The real interest rate adjusts to the balances supply and demand. Market forces will move the interest rate due to until the quantity of fund supply market match the quantity demanded. In this example here, Impact future from this equilibrium at 5% interest, and they have a 1,200 billion volume. Okay, let's move to uh, policy one saving incentive. The government policy directly shift this equilibrium. Con, uh, Consider policy one saving incentive. If the government reduce tax on interest, lower the cost of future consumption. Uh, and people in Cosimo, this shift the supply curve to the right from S2, S3, S1 to S2. The outcome is a lower equilibrium interest rate and a higher quantity of fund which stimulate investment. Next, move to we can visualize this transmission channel here in Figure 2. The task incentive shift the entire supply schedule outward. As a result, the real interest rate falls from uh, 5% to 4%. This low cost of borrowing induce business to expand, increasing total investment capital from 1,200 billion to 1,600 billion dollar. Is here. Next, move to polite to target demand side through investment tax credits when the government gives tax sanction to firm building new infrastructure or buying equipment easily increase investment demand. The shift right D1 to D3. So in figure 3 here, and this drive both equilibrium interest rate and total saving upward. And let's move to the polite tree budget deficit. This is crowding out. Finally, the polite tree look at government budget devices or devices, reduce public saving, contracting, total nation saving. The ship supplying curved the left from S2, S1 to S3, S1 to S2. Asian of 3 to 4 on the real interest rate rise, causing the crowding out effect, rising out private business, reducing long-term capital accumulation. And it moved to the last part for is UN debt case study and write-up. In the case study, US debt to GDP ratio to apply the history. Let us examine the US debt to GDP ratio historically measured despite correspond directly to multi-rise, peaking after World War II, where financing via public debt is gravitational because it smooths consumption during a crisis and shift defenses costs to future generations who benefit from national security. And next, move to the historical trend policy arrest. However, the fight preacher finds so significant space time shift between the uh, 19 and 1980 and 1993. The debt ratio surges from 26% to 50% due to retrenched tax cuts and military spending hike. This trend were reversed during the 1993 and 2000 consolidation under Clinton, where fiscal choice turned the deficit into a budget surplus, dropping the debt ratio. Now let's move to part 201. The U.S. debt ratio resumed its upward trajectory under post. These modern resurgences were driven by three compounding factors: broad-based tax cuts in 201, and an economic recession and escalated defense expenditure for the global war on the terror. This shows how quickly policies toward implementation balance sheet. Let's move to the core takeaway and a short answer to conclude. Let's directly answer the core question of this chapter. Now, the first budget, the first question, and I have an answer is the first budget deficit. A deficit reduce nation saving, the supply curve left, to dry up interest rate and core drawing out, reducing price investment and slow growth. And on to the question two, we have second saving incentive, high costs on interest shift the supply curve right, resolving resulting in a lower interest rate and higher volume investment. And last question, labor productivity standard of living on depend on production, since the financial system channel saving into capital and infrastructure. It directly boosts productivity, which is the only way to drive long-term waste. And our presentation is adapted from official uh, UTH lecture notes and Manq textbook. Thank you, teacher, and everyone for my action. We are now open to question.